Welcome to the Unfiltered Doll, baby, where we do a little bit of cussing around here. So your parental advisory has been advised. Also, baby, listen, we may have some bad opinions and whatever it is that you're going through. If you feel triggered, baby, just remember we're not talking about you. We're talking about the people on the screen. Hello, and happy Monday. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are all well. Give me 1 second here. Let me go ahead and make sure you all can hear me and see if we have confirmation of audio. Thank you, Elsit, baby. I see that Elsit was in here first. Hey, girl, how you doing? Ale, Justin's mom, Bible lady, us and we singers need love too. AKPOVs, Nesto Shuffle, Walk of Shame, Chick-fil-A gal, welcome on in. Come on, it's Nesto's Jailaversary. Oh, it sure is. It's at the it sure is, baby. After the 4th of July and the storm, he was arrested. Yes, he was. Kina 14, hey, baby. Juju D, Lou Springer, welcome on in. Hello. Well, you know what? Well, now that y'all done said something, hey, TD Will, how you doing? We're going to do something different today since it is his anniversary, honey. Hold on. Let me make sure we got the chitlins, the Starbucks coffee, the bologna sandwiches. Let me make sure. Nope, no cheese and mayo or nothing, baby. Use the stale bread. Yeah, use the stale bread. I had to talk to the people down there in the kitchen for them to get all of the things going. Yes, I did. So they got the bologna sandwiches going right now with nothing on it. The bread is stale, no mayo, cheese, or nothing. Just bologna and bread. All right, we got some chitterlings. I don't know if they cleaned them or not, baby. I don't eat them, but that's what we are going to have for the Jailaversary. We will have room temperature tater salad. Yes, huh? Yes, we will. Room temperature tater salad. Absolutely. Okay. And we will have water from the sink. Okay. So gather around, sit around, everybody. And let's get into, well, shit, if it's the anniversary, do we need to react to a call? You know where I'm going to go, baby dolls? Since it is the jail anniversary, I like to hear from the real people. Let's go down there to the TikTok to see what they were saying about Nesto and the TikTok when we first heard about all of this mess. Y'all want to go? Okay, let me put up a poll. I don't even know how to do that. Where I got to go to do that, girl? Oh my God. Let me see. How do I go? Oh shit, I gotta go over here to the YouTube to get a poll going. Y'all bear with me. Y'all sit on down for a minute while I figure this out. Bear with me. All right, so let me come over here and start a poll, honey. Create a highlight video. Talk chat, make sure I see all of the chat. This right here, engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to listen to what y'all say on the poll because, I have issues. But what I will do, hold on. Chef, sausage, but since it's the anniversary, give them cereal as well. No milk, cereal and water. And the sausage. We ain't got to trade for not for the celebration, baby. We gonna have both. We gonna have the sausage and the cereal with water. Cup your hands. We don't have any bowls. We don't have any bowls around here. Hey, Shay B, baby, welcome on in. So let me go ahead and start this poll and start a poll. Should we do Nesto throwback reactions on TikTok today? TT stands for TikTok, just in case, because some of y'all don't know. on TikTok? Or should we do latest call reaction? Okay, because it is his anniversary, honey. We got to do something fun. Right? Hold on. The poll's coming. I don't know. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to say both of them. I don't know if I can stay for both, but we'll see what y'all do. All right. Let's start the poll. All right. So should we do the Nesto throwback reaction on the TikToks? Or should we do the reaction to the most recent phone call that was dropped, which is an old phone call? So it's a phone call from 2023. Or should we do both of them? Muffin, welcome on in, baby. T. Collins, hello, honey. How you doing? Welcome on in. Oh. Truthfully speaking, hello. Pen Pal, AKPOV, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I knew it. Let me see this poll. Hold on. We have 14 votes and 45 people in the house. Can we get at least 20 votes? Can we at least get half of the votes? So y'all want me to do both? Ooh, it's split. So y'all want to see both of the nonsense here on today's live. Y'all, it's the anniversary. And I think some of the reactions, now y'all are going to have to tell me who some of the people are down there on the TikTok reactions. Or if you hang out over here at the Dollhouse, are you going to come out the rose bushes and say, hey, doll, that's me. That's my TikTok page. Y'all let me know. They said, I definitely don't know the TikTok side of it. Ooh, Elsie said y'all better vote both. Elsie, don't come in here being a bully. You have to yell at the people. You're going to scare somebody. all of the mess. Okay. Oh, 28 votes. Come on, voters. Look at this, honey. I feel like we down there at the polls. Not the polls at the paint, honey. Come on. Who's going to be the damn president? Leroy, hey baby, welcome on in. Honey, yes, there were TikTok reactions. Absolutely. So we're going to start with the TikTok reactions because I don't know how long I can stay on here today, because the moment I hear that truck pull up in that driveway, I'm ending this live. He's going to come in this house. He's loud. He's going to probably be on the phone. Usually he has one of his employees with him, and he don't speak a bit of English. No, he don't, baby. He don't speak no English. So you're going to hear a bunch of, it's too much going on in this house today. I already know it. So let me go on ahead and end the poll, because we already can see that both is the main. Y'all want me to do both, all right? Dr. Charles, hey, baby, welcome on in. Cross Country Cruiser. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Okay, so let's go on there. I got to come over here to the StreamYard. And I'm not going to be in the chat because I got to go down here to the TikTok. So y'all keep one another company. Is that okay? Y'all keep one another company. And let's type in Shirley Strawberry and see where I think that's going to get us. Let me go. If I do next, because if I do Nesto. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let's go to videos. Let me look at some of the dates, honey. So, this is a 6/29/2023. Yeah, I like that date right there. We're going to start off right here, honey, and see what the people had to say. Let me pull her up. All right, honey. Hold on a minute. Let me come on over there. Y'all know I love to share a screen and go to the TikTok. Kiki Sanders, welcome on in, baby. You don't know Jose and them? Extra AF, hey, baby, welcome on in. Okay. So y'all go ahead. Leroy's, baby, we don't have no mods over here. We sure don't. I only make somebody a mod when I need them to drop a link. We just, oh shit, speaking of mods, let me, I'm usually, we're usually good over here. I don't know if it's the good Lord protecting me, because the Lord, God knows how I act. if I got time. So I don't know if the Lord says, because you can have trolls and have only 15 followers, okay, and 15 people in the chat. As Sylvia, honey, let me tell you something. God knows that if we have somebody acting up in the chat and I got time, it can get real nasty over here. Very nasty. So I think I'm protected. Pretty much in a nutshell, okay? Yes, I do. I am Cole. Welcome on in. Did I speak to you, baby? Hopefully I did. The woman he chose. Hello, baby. Welcome on in. All right. Enough. Y'all keep one another company and y'all tell the people that come in the room that I said hello. Hey, for always, forever, for life. You know, the people do not like when you be speaking to the folks. No, they do not. I don't know why. They don't want you to speak to the people. Okay. I hit the share button. What's taking so long, StreamYard? Oh, okay. All right. So now we got, okay. Y'all be nice. And let's go ahead and hit the play button and see what had happened. I think I'm going to need to, wait, hold on, y'all. Do I need to, I want to add this, not the floating player. What does that do?
Strawberry and her husband are Nesto that became their own strawberry letter. Let's get into it. What's up, beautiful people? It's Hershey Sunday, and I'm back with the scoop. So I'm having a conversation with one of my girlfriends. Shout out to Nikki Devereaux. Hey, girl, hey. Having a conversation with her, enjoying the outside, looking at my plants, touching grass, you know, being normal for a change. And so I'm scrolling and I'm looking. I see Funky Dineva. Shout out to Funky Dineva. I love him. Say, what has Shirley's strawberry husband done did? So, of course, I'm like, in the words of Funky Dineva, that's the girl, what didn't happen? So I'm looking in the comment section, and someone went in talking about him right here, him downstairs, has been arrested for inappropriateness with a minor, a few minors, okay? Some lewdness, some nudeness. You catch my drift? I got to be careful on this app, but y'all picking up what I'm putting down. Now, for those of y'all who might be a little bit younger, okay, these are for the seasoned people that know about the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Strawberry Letters. Shirley Strawberry is a radio personality who was a co-host with Steve Harvey, and she often read the Strawberry Letters, a lot of scandalous letters. What should I do? Seeking advice. You get my drift. Okay. She ended up meeting her husband, Ernesto, picture right here, through Steve Harvey. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you the clip of when he proposed on the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Calm down here.
He just showed Shirley a diamond ring.
Yeah. Will you marry me?
What?
I will marry you.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Who the hell is a Nesto? Who is Alfredo? Yeah.
Go, girl.
Yeah. What?
Shirley Strawberry.
Happy birthday and congratulations, Shirley Strawberry is engaged.
Yes, live on the radio.
What?
Yes, live on the radio.
Beating so fast. Okay, so boom. So they've been together since 2015. Everything seems to be hunky-dory. But child, he done got arrested, okay? Now, I just so happened to be looking up like, okay, when did this spill out? And I came across Storm Monroe. Let me pull him up. So this is Storm Monroe. Shout out to his YouTube. Go follow him on YouTube. Subscribe, like. And he came out with the breaking news. There have been a few others after him, but I believe he was the first. That Steve Harvey's co-host, Shirley Strawberry's husband, has been arrested for all sorts of things. I'm going to play a little bit of the court hearings, and it's via Zoom, but just pay attention to the charges and get into the craziness of it all.
We consider this person to be a flight risk. We have jail calls where he's talking about going to see his girlfriend in Florida, multiple times, actually. We have a call where he was talking with his wife about going to stay in her boss's house. I'm going to leave out all the names here, as Mr. Lewis did as well, about her boss's house in Abu Dhabi, which is, of course, quite far away from here.
He's considered dangerous. pending warrants.
Now, you heard them refer to a house. Hold up. Put it back on me. You heard them refer to a house in Abu Dhabi. Keep in mind, Steve Harvey's son, Winton, lives over there in Dubai, aka Abu Dhabi. So when they refer to this boss's house in Abu Dhabi that he was trying to escape to, the man was trying. Are you putting two and two together? Her boss is Steve Harvey. Jolanda said Steve knew he has his own man behind closed doors, secretly, allegedly. That's fine. He introduced Strawberry to this perv. Facts.
Don't let that lady back in. Ernest Williams, wave your hand.
I heard you, judges.
All right, here we go. It's position. It's those four cases, I think, for Mr. Williams. Position 2 is 22CP210.
Okay, so never mind. He actually has his face covered up. Ernest Williams actually has his face covered up, so never mind. But they're about to get into it.
500, 355 days without indictment. There's a $15,000 bond as of 10/31/22 for step by deception. Let's see, 22CP211078. Ernest Williams, 355 days without indictment. $75,000 good bond as of December the 31st, 2022, with 3 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. Position 4 is 22CP212559, 355 days without indictment, with 5 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony, and there is a $20,000 split bond as of 10/17/2022. Position 5, 355 days without indictment, 23CP215407. I'm assuming you want me to waive, Mr. Lewis?
Sure.
All right. I can say it if you want me to, or do you want me to waive him?
I don't think Ms. Williams cares. Well, yeah, wait, Judge.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, Steve.
So Shirley Strawberry.
Years old. When I believe when this case first began, he was 58 years of age. Judge, he was born in Augusta, Georgia. He has lived in the Atlanta area since 1994. From 2015 to 2019, he lived in California. He got married in 2015, Judge. He is the father of 6 kids and 4 grandchildren, some of them in the state of Georgia. His oldest granddaughter is a student at Georgia State University. Judge, he has owned grooming parlors, some barber shops.
What in the hell? Scoot over. What in the hell does that have to do with this man allegedly committing crimes against minors? That has to do with nudity. So so they don't really want to say it on Zoom. You have to put 2 and 2 together, but just think, just minors, nudity. You get what it is. You read the title.
So this man tries to run away. Okay. Also, his public defender, I agree with Storm. It has to be a public defender because he don't know what he's talking about. Baby, they pulled him straight out of the phone book and was like, here's your next case. He is absolutely horrible. Baby, if you was ever thinking of going home, which you shouldn't, if those allegations are true, you ain't going home, baby. You ain't seeing a light of day because he's an awful attorney. But this is bananas. And then somebody's in the comment section. Now, this is all alleged. I'm not saying this. Okay, let me be clear. I'm not saying this. This is alleged. Someone was in Storm Monroe's comments of his live saying that allegedly, let me just say this. Other people knew what was going on, and it has been covered up before. Okay. What do y'all think about this? Let me know in the comments section. Shout out to Storm Monroe, Funky Doniva. Those are the ones that, I've seen that was talking about this story. Like, share, follow, and comment for more content. As always, I'm Hershey Sunday, and I'm back with the scoop. Peace. So Shirley Strawberry and her husband are Nesto.
Okay, so let's see, girl, what they saying down there in the comment section. Because, honey, in the comments, let's see what the people had to say when this was fresh. Now, they said that that man was a public defender. Honey, that's the shade of it all. He was paid to be there. Yes, he was. Child, y'all need to stop with what I heard. You talking to me, Penelope, baby? What you talking about, honey bunny? Jay Vickers, hey, honey, welcome on in. How are you? CW, hello, DMV 703. MP3 Nerd 73. Did I say hello to you, baby? Welcome on and welcome in to anybody that came in and I did not say your names. Now, y'all have to keep in mind, this is a Jailaversary, baby. Okay, go on and feel free to get into the kitchen and get you something to eat. If you weren't here for the menu that we did announce, baby, don't come back out here trying to curse me out. I done told the people what we got. But remember, this was before any of the phone calls were leaked. So what happens when a story comes out and nobody doesn't know anything? People have to speculate, start rumors, and get the shit going, okay? So let's go on to the comments and see what had happened. Let me see. Okay. Ooh, child. Let me see. Y'all can see? Oh, y'all can't. I don't think y'all can see the comments. So let me go ahead and put them up over here. And let's see what the people have to say. So somebody said, oh, this is my first time seeing Shirley's face. And Jew Unique says, look like Wendy Williams a little bit. I've seen that a lot. A lot of people say that they feel like Shirley Williams and Wendy Williams favor. And we have to think of the Wendy Williams before she got sick, you guys. So they're talking about the radio Wendy Williams, all right? Nola 504, hey, baby, how you doing? Welcome on in, sugar. Okay, let me get out of the chat because I got to focus on the TikTok. Somebody said, woo, child. The scoop with Hershey Sunday. Please deep dive on this, friend. Baby, she said this on June 29th, 2023, and the people have been deep diving, and it is now July 7th, 2025, and his ass is still down there in the jailhouse. Steve knows how to pick him. Laugh out loud, protect these babies. On the phone proposing. I said the same thing, but he actually was on the phone with the radio show at the time, which is why you can hear it echoing and it being on the air. Yeah, that's right. But that's still crunchy. I don't know what that means, but that's what she has said. All right. Somebody said, tell me that's not Dwight from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's a few people who feel like Nesto resembles Dwight. How you having a fashion shows with no fashions? That's who they feel like Nesto looks like, is Dwight. Okay, so let's see what else we got over here in these comments. All right, let's see here. Nene said, them Steve Harvey hookups don't be coming through. Trey Tate says, I love how you give credit to others and cite your sources. And speaking of that, we are on Hershey Sunday's page right now. That is HERSHE Sunday, SUNDAE. Okay, so that's her name right here. If you're following the comments with me. Oh, it's the scoop with Hershey Sunday. All right, I got it up right here. Let me see. So I want you guys, if you want to screenshot that, if you want to go over there to the Hershey Sunday, the scoop. Writer, host of the Scoop podcast, influencer. She's from the Chicago. There is her information right here on the screen. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Did y'all see when I pulled up her information? Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Shirley looks exactly like I thought, like her voice fits her. I never respected this female. Steve had the perfect female host, Jackie, before Shirley. They did Jackie dirty and they slid Shirley in her place. Now, remember, I've told you guys plenty of times when we discussed Shirley, and you have some people who are team Shirley, you have some people who can't stand Shirley. This was something that was going on way before we knew about Nesto and his bad knees and his bad back. People did not like Shirley way before that, okay? So that's a comment right there backing that up. So she don't respect Shirley because they said they slid Shirley in and slid Jackie out and did Jackie dirty. They're saying here that Marjorie got Steve under a spell, honey. So everybody is debunked, talking about him being on the phone while proposing to Shirley. The scoop is letting the people know, listen, he was calling into the radio station. It was a surprise. So he was on the phone, okay? He wasn't on the phone talking to Dion or Dre or Lamont. He was on the phone because he was calling into the radio station. It was a surprise. Somebody said, I hate this for her. Steve has no business setting up anyone with his raggedy personal life, okay? They have been investigating for a minute. I need an update fast. Okay, so let's see what else we got. I want to scroll through a little bit to see. This is crazy. I hope she talks about it like everybody else's business. Another reason why people feel like Shirley is, they feel like you talk about everybody else's business, but you don't want to tell your own business. Well, no, nobody wants to become the content. If I'm gossiping, if I'm talking about this, that, and the third, baby, no, I don't want y'all in my business. But you have to understand that when you do gossip and when you do talk about someone's business, one day your business might be exposed. Ooh, that's scary to even think about, honey. So, let me see here. I want to, girl, they request no contact with minor or animals. Remember, y'all? Now, when they said that about them damn animals, about that giraffe, the rhinos, hippos, dogs, cats, butterflies, and roaches, people took that and ran. Honey, everybody was just like, what? Minors and animals? Oh, my God. What the hell did they have going on? It was baby. It was up when people mentioned those animals. Now, I hope you are all keeping one another company down there in the chat, because the doll is not in the chat, honey. She is on the TikTok. Yes, she is. Another comment saying that he looks like Dwight from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, Lux Couture Shop says, I'm sorry, but he looks a teensy wincy, suspicious. Side play for the other team. I wish Shirley the best. She is so sweet. That's another thing that people like to say, that Ernesto looks like he plays for the other side. Yeah, they like to say he's one of the girls. That's what the people be saying in the comments of the Instagram, and as you can see here on the TikTok. Okay. There were also charges related to animals. His total bond is $800,000. Wait. What, his girlfriend in Florida? What the hell? So let's see what else we see here. Let me scroll on down and see if we can find some good ones. Jennifer says, I know this is a joke, but public defenders and appointed attorneys like myself do win cases and get good plea deals. Okay, so she felt some type of way and said, don't you dare. All right. So Nene doesn't like barbers. She said he's a barber, so, and she rolls her eyes. Now, there is a rumor floating around this universe that barbers tend to be hoes. That's what they be, child. That's what they had said. The lawyer was trying to paint a picture indicating he's a family man. Overall, this is crazy. The Scoop says, tried to sugarcoat it, and it was ridiculous, really. Meeting somebody through Steve Harvey is crazy. We all know his track record. Now, they did say that Steve Harvey did not introduce Nesto to Shirley. We don't really know what the truth is, okay? But that's what they had said. What if the gag is the defender? She said the defender knew exactly what he was doing. Baby, the tea is piping hot. Okay, so I think did we do enough comments here? Let me see here. Let me see if there's anything, because what we want to scroll and see if there's anybody spilling the tea, because I don't care where you go. When it comes to this information here, especially when it first came out, you will find somebody letting them know and letting you know that Nesto was a damn scammer. Yes, you will. Let me see. Okay. Don't forget the animals. I'm still trying to find out what the hell they did with the animals. Baby, this is too much. My God. See, there's somebody right here. Terrence Downs. Didn't he get in trouble not too long ago for scamming people? The Scoop said, I believe so. I think the seasoned women too often settle too easily because they think they have limited options and little time. I'd love to hear from Shirley, baby. You ain't gonna hear from Shirley. It is 7/7/2025, but we did hear from Edith, but you ain't gonna hear from Shirley. And Shirley wasn't married to him no damn way, a thick chick, because Edith been married to him since 1985, and she is the one and the only. So I figured I just would fill you in case you didn't know, baby. Somebody said, who the hell is Ernesto? I love Steve. So let me go on and see if there's anybody else. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Wow, Shirley is her own strawberry letter. Okay, so these ATL blog streets been talking about him and his alleged foolishness before she married him. Well. You know, minors, girlfriends, wife, the Dubai. Lord have mercy. My God. Now they saying that Steve is known for putting women together with the wrong men, and they done brought up Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill. Okay. Yes, they did. They keep marrying these DL predators. Oh my. Oh, I saw him on the news last year, arrested for fraud he committed with some woman. Now this, somebody said, my goodness. Oh, is this a linky link? Oh, we already seen this link. So yeah, we already seen this link. But you know, I don't mind a little link. Let me see if I think we already seen this one. But just in case we didn't, honey, I ain't too proud to check it out and see. Give me a second to see if this is the one we already saw. Yeah, we already seen this one. So we already seen that, honey. So let me go on back and get over here into the the Black Sonic said, I believe he's been doing this stuff since 1994 and is just now getting caught. He got too comfortable while doing it. See, this is why I like to get into the streets of the real people on different pages like the Facebook and the TikTok. Because see, this is where people from around the way will come out and tell your damn business. Come on, the Black Sonic 92. He says since 1994, and that's not too far from 1985 when Edith got married to him. Yes. Now, the real Kim Porter said, you need a life, young lady. Mind your business. You should look up the fraud charges he has. That's on YouTube as well. Now here, look. Here's something. Look, I told y'all on YouTube over 10 years ago, Shirley Strawberry was slow. She ran the streets while her mother raised her daughter. I never respected her. There's another person bringing up another reason why people may have a problem with Shirley Strawberry. So that's why when this story came out, you had so many people bashing. It wasn't because of who she was married to. There's other things that go into people who don't care for Shirley. And, you know, Shirley even said on the phone she doesn't know why so many people hate her. So there's another reason why somebody feels like, you know, they don't give a damn if you don't give an uck, all right? Now let me go ahead. Dude looks like a creep, and listen to his voice. He just sounds scammy and creepy. J&J mommy, and he is. Girl, he's still in jail. Yes, he is, honey. I know you don't know that, but yeah, baby, he's still down there in the jailhouse on today, and it's July 7th, 2025. Come on over to the Jailaversary party. Shirley and her creeper husband has became a real life strawberry letter. Wonder what advice she's going to give herself. Stay, work it out, or bounce. Well, Black Lando, she bounced. She got the hell on out of there. His lawyer is hot trash. Okay, so that was some of the comments from down there to the TikTok video for the Jailaversary. Welcome on in. If you're just now coming in the room, we just ask you, baby, for one thing. Can you please hit the like button so we can get into what that algorithm, sugar, please. Thank you so much. Now let's go ahead and see what else we can find, okay? We want to stick with the June 2023 dates, all right? Because that's when nobody didn't know a damn thing, and there was a bunch of speculation. So this is July 5th, 2023. I like a July 5th, 2023. Please keep in mind, I've never seen some of these videos, so you're going to have the opinions of people, and you may not agree with what they're saying, okay? But we are going down memory lane. So let's get into July 5th, 2023.
Miss Strawberry Letters herself, Shirley Strawberry. Looks like her husband that she married back in 2015 is a scammer. But you know what? Before we go into that, let's take a look at this lavish proposal that happened on the Steve Harvey show. And we'll go from there.
Let me ask you a question. The woman that you about to ask me this, do you
to me, but isn't it kind of strange that she's dating this man and she didn't even recognize his voice? All right, but besides that, she was 61 at this time, and to me, it almost seems like she didn't know him well enough. But hey, you're 61, you're not married, you're lonely. What else is there? What other options do you have? So was this out of desperation that she got married to a man that she really didn't know?
$1 million fraud scheme and a lot of victims. This all happened through an alleged growth and coaching business, part of it run on social media.
Come on, Bob.
There could be more victims. Atlanta News first reporter Yasmina Alston has the story tonight.
Sounds too good to be true. It most likely is.
$1 million scheme and more than a dozen victims. Roswell police say these two, 57-year-old Ernest Williams or Nesto and 46-year-old Erica King or Erica Hughley, allegedly promised an improved life for a cost.
Essentially position themselves as experts in the fields of business growth, development, coaching, things of that nature. They would then align themselves with their victims with the promise of being able to grow their life goals, their missions, their brands, their social media followings, even to help them to the kind of high-end vehicles they wanted to drive.
Police say none of that happened from the business run out of a home on Pine Grove Road, where rental fraud was originally reported.
To request more and more payment, promising that those services and goods would be later provided, but never making good on those promises.
We consider this person to be a flight risk. We have jail calls where he's talking about going to see his girlfriend in Florida, multiple times actually. We have a call where he was talking with his wife about going to stay in her boss's house. I'm going to leave out all the names here, as Mr. Lewis did as well, about her boss's house in Abu Dhabi, which is, of course, quite far away from here.
He's considered dangerous. There are several pending warrants that will be coming out that, based on their content alone, there's a great likelihood that he's someone who commit further felonies.
There's 5 other felonies on there that have to do with the nudity, let's say. No bond as of January 13th, 2023. Freak! Rah!
On one of the bonds, I believe that you signed, Judge, you tell him he can't be with his wife. I'm going to ask that you...
Is that Melody Scretchen?
No, it's the other lady, the SS lady.
Lord Jesus, wait a minute.
Yeah, so if you don't mind.
Wait. The fact that the judge was like, you mean Melody Scretchen? No, the other lady, the SS. Now, that's messy. That's some messy shit. I got to hear that part again. I think I totally didn't even baby, wait a minute. Wait a damn second.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, let him be with his wife before we end up having a divorce matter in Fulton County.
A scammer or a 9-to-5? What would you rather do? Who would you prefer to date?
Well, there's 5 other felonies on there that have to do with the nudity, let's say. No bond as of January the 13th, 2023.
On one of the bonds, I believe that you signed, Judge, you tell him he can't be with his wife. I'm going to ask that you...
Is that Melody Scretchen?
No, it's the other lady, the SS lady.
Oh, Strawberry.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, let him be with his wife before we end up having a divorce matter in Fulton County.
A scammer or a 9-to-5? What would you rather do? Who would you prefer to date?
Well, I tend to go for the shitty guys, so I guess the scammer.
Specific reason why?
Yeah, I like that toxic lifestyle.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, so this is 2 cents money. Is what her TikTok is. Now, when it comes to the ladies, because you know, around here at the Dollhouse, we have a mature audience, okay? Most of us are, you know, in our late 40s. Not all of us, but most of us are in our late 40s, all the way up to 70 plus years old, okay? Jackie Anderson, let it be known, baby, I am 60 years old, single, and far from being desperate. Society wants women to believe when we are older, we are desperate and lonely, and that is a lie. Okay, so I wanted to make sure I read Jackie Anderson's comment for the women who felt some type of way when 2 cents money got on here and felt like Shirley was desperate for love. Now, let's see. Do we have any more June or July 2023 situations here that we can get into? Let's see. Well, hey, you cute girl. How you doing?
Hey, Boss Bae. So this is not a story that I'm happy to report on. Like many of you guys, I've been listening to Shirley Strawberry since I've been a kid. Most of us know her from the Strawberry Letter on the Steve Harvey Show. Shirley is very unproblematic. She seems pretty low key. She seems to be a nice lady, very upstanding. So it was very shocking to me when I started hearing the murmurs and the whispers about what was happening last year. I'll be honest, I ignored it because I know for a fact that a lot of people like to talk, and a lot of rumors are not substantiated. Okay. But however, this one has been. So Shirley Strawberry's husband, Ernest Williams, but he goes by Ernesto, has been arrested, and he's been in jail actually for over 200 days at this point. His bond hearing was recorded and has surfaced online, and it is shocking. Okay, so Ernesto right now is accused of bank fraud, operating a credit repair company, but not providing services, cashing fraudulent checks. He was also carrying a sawed-off shot pew-pew, inappropriate images and activities that were found on his computer, that if he is released, he's not allowed to be around children or animals. He has to turn in his passport.
Remember, some of the details are not going to align with what's going on right now. This was in 2023. I believe this is still before 7/5/2023. I don't think the phone calls were dropped yet. So there's still going to be a lot of speculation, rumors, a lot of mix-ups, because there were more than one Ernestos running the streets of the Georgia and Atlanta, making a making a mess in the streets. So a lot of things are kind of mixed in and mixed up. So remember, we're going down memory lane. Mm-hmm.
Also is not allowed to leave Fulton County, and the county will actually be paying for the ankle monitor. And he has to let everyone know where he's going. Right now, he is currently being charged with theft by deception. There are 5 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony, theft by taking, theft of services, depositing bad checks, and there are 5 counts of acts against children. And y'all can go and look those up. For the sake of TikTok, I'm not going to actually say what those are. All of this popped off behind Shirley Strawberry and Nesto being investigated for rental fraud. Okay, so there is a 5-bedroom, 6.5-bedroom, over 8,000 square foot mansion in Georgia that they were renting. We've recently found out that this is the home of Erica King, who is Ernesto's business partner and allegedly his girlfriend. While Ernesto has been locked up in the jail, they've actually recorded him having conversations with the girlfriend about going to Florida. So I'm not sure if there's 1 girlfriend or 2 girlfriends at this point. And they also have recordings of him asking Shirley Strawberry basically if she can help get him to her boss's home, which we all know who her boss is, in Dubai. Ernesto has been racking up criminal charges, y'all, since the 80s. He started catching felonies in the 2000s. So this is a man who has a history of creating crimes. And in the bond hearing, the assistant district attorney did make sure that they made sure to let the judge know that they plan on bringing at least 15 additional charges by July 13th. They also made sure to note that they feel there's a strong possibility that Ernesto could commit more crimes, and they have labeled him as dangerous. There's also 11 victims that Ernesto has to stay away from if he is released to Shirley Strawberry. Now, what was very shocking to me, and eyebrow raising, I guess I'll say for lack of better words, is not only did Shirley Strawberry write a letter defending her husband, she said that she's not being coerced. She said that she is not a victim of his nor a witness of the crimes. She said that she is not afraid of her husband at all. But what was even more alarming is that Shirley Strawberry's daughter is listed as one of the victims and a person that Ernesto has to stay away from. Now, June of last year, they started being investigated for rental fraud. Rent had not been paid for April, May, June, or July, and I also believe the months of August. In the investigation of the rental fraud, this is where detectives were able to uncover a scheme that was over $1 million. Ernesto and Erica King, aka Erica Hughley, aka Erica Hughley Rothschild, had been promising. Now, Erica has been a part of a lot of schemes and scams herself, okay? This was a scam or a scheme basically to help people build their businesses and online presence. There also was some credit repair in the midst of this as well. Unfortunately, none of these services ever transpired. However, people paid them buku's money to make this happen. There are also recordings of Ernesto calling from jail and talking to allegedly his girlfriend in Florida, I guess to come and seek refuge there, and also recordings of him from jail asking Shirley Strawberry, would she be able to talk to her boss so that Nesto could come and stay there in Dubai. And we all know who Shirley Strawberry's boss is. So that was mind-blowing that he would even be not that he would have the conversations, that he would be having the conversations on a recorded line from jail. It's also alleged that Nesto was living with Erica Hughley Rothschild. Again, that's alleged. I don't have any proof of that. I'm not sure. That's just what the streets are saying, and I'm hoping that that's not the case. If so, it's very hard for me to believe that Shirley didn't know what was going on, especially due to the fact that Erica lived next door to Shirley and Ernesto. Now, I know some of y'all are probably wondering, how in the world could people fall for a scheme like this? Well, you have to remember, Ernesto is high profile. He's married to Shirley Strawberry. He runs in circles with Steve Harvey. So a lot of people are automatically going to let down their guard. He also has 2 legitimate businesses that I know of. He has a 24-hour barbershop, and lots of high-profile clients visit and get service there. And he also has Nesto's Elite Security, and where he provides unarmed security. So it's not as if this guy was just some random person popping up offering these services. And realistically, people aren't doing background checks and they're not looking at criminal past or criminal history. And let's be honest, there are some people that have a criminal past or criminal history, but they have learned their lessons, they have reformed, and they have spent, a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of their past. So I'm saying all that to say, just because someone has a criminal history does not mean that they cannot change. There are many people who have committed felonies or other crimes, and they have absolutely positively reformed. This just wasn't the case here. Do y'all think that Shirley had something to do with this? Do y'all think she knew what was going on? I'll be honest, I don't think that she may have necessarily been in on the scheme, but I find it hard to believe that she didn't know what was going on. The big red flag for me is her daughter being listed as a victim, but Shirley is writing a letter on Ernesto's behalf and asking that Ernesto is allowed to be able to come home with her. The second thing that is alarming to me, that Erica, Ernesto's business partner in these schemes, lived next door to them. And once the rental fraud investigation started, the company actually took action against Shirley Strawberry, Ernesto Williams, and their companies. Also, in February, Shirley started taking Ernesto's names off of different things. So for me, this makes me think that she may have known something and she was attempting to protect herself, what she built, and her assets, as she should. What do y'all think in the comments? Let me know. This is a wild story. And I'll be honest, it was just shocking to me because Shirley Strawberry is very beloved and she just seems like a person who has her head on her shoulders. And so I don't think any of us would be expecting her or anyone connected to her to be involved in anything like this. Also, if y'all want more information, go and visit Chronicle Speaks. She has a page here on TikTok, but her YouTube is legendary. This woman should be a journalist or an investigative reporter. She has a full breakdown on her page. And also you can check out Storm Monroe's page if you want to listen to the full bond hearing. Hey, Boss Bays. So this is not a story that I'm happy to.
I like her. So this is King Ashley, and she's a cutie pie too. And I like her. I don't know if she has a YouTube channel or not, but she let everybody know what was going on and how she felt about it. She wasn't messy. There was really I didn't feel like she was being messy about it. So, okay, girly. So let's move on. Welcome on in. If you're just now coming into the Dollhouse, hello, welcome in. If you're new to the Dollhouse, mwah, hey, baby, I hope you in here looking good, feeling good. And, baby, it's mandatory up in the Dollhouse to be smelling good. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. And please hit the like button. We don't ask much, just you to hit the like button so that we can get into somebody's algorithm, baby. You can hit the dislike button, baby. We just ask you to hit something around here. Just don't hit me or hit yourself in the head. Thank you so much, baby dolls. All opinions matter around here. You have the freedom to express and the freedom of speech around here. But, baby, please be kind to one another in the chat. Thank you very much. All right. So, I'm not in the chat. I hope you are all keeping one another company. I'm on a TikTok. I got to see where we're going at next. Let's see what these comments are saying. Let me scroll on down. Please don't be on mute. I'm going to be pissed off. All right, cool. I'm not on mute. All right. They tell us to choose better when it comes to Pookies, but this is a choose better situation, seeing that he would be considered as high profile. Okay. And Dr. Lady O said Pookies come in all shapes and sizes. And the feminine millionaire said this right here. All Pookies aren't poor. For all of you dating out there, that is a true story. All Pookies are not bums, and all Pookies are not poor. I repeat, all Pookies are not poor. All right. Just wanted to make sure we got that out there. I'm sorry. I had to make sure I got y'all comments out there because y'all ain't told a lie. Y'all ain't told a lie. Okay. I'm sure she knew what was going on, but turned a blind eye. Children are involved. I don't feel sorry for him or her, okay? But the feminine millionaire said, I don't know, because he had 2 legit businesses. All right, so let's go ahead and keep scrolling on down and see if we got any tea in these comments. So just give me a second, honey. I'm gonna play y'all a little music while I scroll these comments real quick to see what was going on with what had happened. All right, y'all. So everybody, hey baby, I see a few people I'm not used to seeing y'all in the chat. How y'all doing? Y'all looking good. Look at you, girl. Hey, I'm talking to the people that just joined the chat. How you doing? I can't say your name individually right now, but I see you. How you doing, baby? Let me just go ahead and play a little music here while I get into these comments and get a little nosy. All right, enough with all that. Now let's go to the next video. We have a video that is going to, let me put myself over here in the corner, baby. All right, so we have a video here. This is from June 30th, 2023. Now this is going to get repetitive at this point. So this is going to be the last video from June and July. We want to get into the September and August and September videos.
Strawberry versus Williams. Good morning, Your Honor. That's my case, I believe. Oh, yep, there's my client.
Oh, this is 2024. This is the wrong video. Sorry,
Right.
y'all. Hold on, that was 2024. I thought I clicked on this.
Strawberry versus Williams.
I'm confused. Girls fighting 6-6. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm not looking at the dates right. I don't know what the hell. Let me see.
Cheryl Strawberry of the Strawberry Letter on the Steve Harvey Show is shaking. There's a lot of controversy with her husband. There's so much it's probably going to be a 2-parter. We got a lot to talk about. So this is Cheryl Strawberry. She does the Strawberry Letter on the Steve Harvey Morning Show on the radio.
Oh gosh, she got some titties on her, don't she, y'all? If y'all not used to me, I just say whatever comes out of my mouth. Look at the rack on her. Come on, my God, today. Ain't nothing wrong with a little eye candy.
And the Strawberry Letter is where people write in and they have like little tea and they spill their tea and then they talk about it. So it's a big deal that Cheryl Strawberry herself got the hottest Lipton of them all. This is Cheryl Strawberry's husband. They got married in their later years, and it didn't seem like she knew too much about him, but she was introduced to him by Steve Harvey. Well, Ernesto is in a lot of trouble. His real name is Ernest. He's in jail right now. He initially got in trouble for fraud, but when the IRS got to his computers, they found a bunch of child pee and some animal stuff. Now, I don't want to necessarily say it was animal pee, but the blogs are saying allegedly he was doing or looking at some dirty stuff that had to do with horses. Like I said, he's locked up, and his charges, they said that now that they gotten a hold of his computers, he's going to have about 200 extra charges. Every time you do a child P charge, they charge you like per picture.
I'm sorry if you're not used to me and if you're new here. I do a lot of bullshitting around. Now I'm gonna talk to the women out there that got these big old breasts like this, the big old these big titties like here. This is what you call a good bra. This is a good brassiere. Okay, she has on a good bra. Because sometimes I see some of y'all out there, and I should not speak on this because I barely got any bosoms. I don't have any bosoms, all right? But sometimes I see that third titty. I don't see no third titty on her. She got on a good bra. I don't know if it's a minimizer or what she got going on, but it is a good brassiere. I can't stop looking at them. I'm distracted. I'm gonna just not say anything else about it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little eye candy today.
So this man had a phone full, and if you delete that stuff, doesn't matter. They can go in your IEP, pull all that stuff up, and they did on him. So his fraud stuff. So they're saying Ernesto, along with his side chick, they're calling her Erica Kane. Let me show her. Excuse me, this is one of the side chicks. Him and the side chick are in trouble for almost running a Ponzi scheme with women. Have y'all ever heard of those guys that start dating ladies, then ask them for money, then ghost them? Kind of like a Ponzi scheme, but with dating. There was a guy that just got arrested for that. They called him the Twinder Swindler. Ernesto was kind of doing that. He was meeting up with young ladies. They was getting charmed by him. And then he was telling them, give me money to invest in your business. Sometimes he was even putting himself in the position of boyfriend with them to get money out of them. Then after he got the money, no call back, no text, no smoke signal for years. Now, I don't know if this is the same side chick, but he had a side chick that was living not too far from him and Cheryl Strawberry that he was doing all the scams with. She got in trouble too.
Now, you know, this is some shady shit here. This is some shady shit here. Bless everybody hates Chrissy's heart, but she thinks the lady in the mug shot and the lady in the screen behind her are two different people. So she feels like the mugshot lady is allegedly side chick number 1, and the lady on the screen is side chick number 2. But what she did not know is, baby, it's all Erica. That is all Erica. Do we have that graphic here? Let me see. Do we still have the graphic where I have all of Erica's pictures up? Baby, Erica can teach a class on scamming. She didn't even know it was the same damn women. Tell you right now, I don't believe we are going to get to the reaction of the phone call today. I don't know if we're going to make it here. There's too much going on TikTok that I've never seen before. So if we can listen to calls from 2022 and 2023, baby, we can most certainly go down here to the TikTok on Nesto's Jailaversary and get into this tea. Y'all might say this tea is old and cold and unsweetened, but baby, I've never seen it before, and I am cracking up. Do you hear? Don't do Erica like this. Oh, honey, I'm hollering. Okay, let me stop talking and let it play.
But when they went in those computers and found all that child P, they made it so he cannot see anybody. He technically right now cannot see Cheryl. He cannot see Cheryl's kids. They're saying that maybe even Cheryl's kids are involved.
Because see, I'm going to be the only one around here to F up the names. Now, Chrissy, who the hell is Cheryl? My God.
And some of the bad behavior, let's say. But Cheryl Strawberry, they're saying she wrote a letter to the courts saying she still wants to be able to have contact with her husband, which in this situation does make Miss Strawberry look bad. Stay tuned for part 2. There's a lot to this. Cheryl Strawberry of the Strawberry Letter.
I like her. Why didn't y'all tell me she was calling her Cheryl? Oh, baby, I like my kind. Let me tell you something, baby. I like my kind of people, baby, where we will tear up the names. We confident about it, too. We loud, wrong, ignorant as hell. Oh, I love me some Everybody Hates Chrissy for this. She said, Cheryl Strawberry. Oh, my goodness. So let me see. Oh, I feel like, though, this is going to take. I wish, because if I go into her TikTok, it's going to take me to the top of the page. But we don't have time for that. So we're going to stick with Cheryl. You know Cheryl, who used to be married to Nesto and got divorced. Cheryl, who works next to Steve Harvey down there on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Such a cute girl. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on out of here. and go over to the next video, honey, because this is funny to me. All right, so surely, is this the same video? Yes, this is the same video. Okay, so now we're going to get into the, oh wait, what did the comments? We got to get back to the comments first, so hold on, y'all.
Hey, y'all, so here are my final thoughts on this Shirley Strawberry deep dive.
Wait a minute. Everybody.
I'm doing this story, but certain crimes need to be exposed better, and so I'm doing this story, but certain.
I'm just a little confused because when I'm clicking on, give me a second, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I'm clicking on certain ones, but the same video is not popping up. So that is pissing me and the homegirls off right now. So bear with me. Oh yeah, that's a lot to research, but I'm gonna try to do it anyway. Oh baby, we're gonna be here scrolling for days. Damn. Yeah, baby, I ain't got time for this. But I will. I need to follow her because I like her. Oh, I am following. Oh, okay. I had no idea. Well, tea time. This is September 19th.
Hey y'all, here's part 2 of the Shirley Strawberry deep dive. Let's get into it. Last video, I mentioned radio personality Erica Kane from Atlanta.
Wait, hold on. The elevated pin. Shit. Oh, well, we got to just deal with things that are out of order, unfortunately.
Hey y'all, here's part 2 of the Shirley Strawberry deep dive. Let's get into it. Last video, I mentioned radio personality Erica Kane from Atlanta, and there's a reason for that. Now, this is my opinion. However, I believe that Ernesto had a very specific type of woman that he was looking to entangle himself with at the time that he started dating Shirley. They look alike.
Is she saying this is Erica King? My God, they got it all wrong. Did she say this was Erica King? Because ain't that Ebony? That's Ebony. That ain't Erica. That's Ebony. Ebony. That is not Erica King. Oh, Lord. They had it all wrong, didn't they, baby? I thought I was loud and wrong. My God, on today. This is Ebony, sugar. But maybe she didn't know, honey, because like I said, everything was all over the place. This is not Miss King. Right? Black is not bitter. This ain't Miss King. Lord, I was waiting for her to, because she was talking about the continuation from part 1. So I was just like, maybe she's going to get into talking about Ebony, but baby, they got it all wrong on the TikTok. It's okay.
They're both very popular radio personalities. They both presumably have a bag because they're well established in their career. I think that Nesto was targeting a specific type of woman. I believe that he was targeting these women to gain access to their money, their clout, their audiences, and because they had the power to legitimize his entrepreneurial endeavors, which we're about to dive more into. One of those being this. Nesto's Barbershop is open 24 hours and caters to an elite clientele. But allegedly, you can go in Nesto's and get a fade and some trim at the same time. Allegedly, Nesto's was being used to traffic the women that was working there. So,
now I know we heard that, baby, but she said that just in case you didn't hear it, in case you knew around here, baby, she said you can go and get you a haircut, a trim and a cut. And when I say a trim, honey, I mean, when the women get, absolutely, bobbing for apples. That's what she had said on here. Absolutely, that's what she had said.
There. So you mean to tell me in 8 years, there was no sign, no clue, no hint, no funny feeling even? And don't get me wrong. Do I think that Shirley knew everything that Nesto was up to? No, I don't. But do I think she knew a little something? Absolutely. Absolutely. And here's yet another example of how the math just isn't quite mathing. The woman you see pictured next to Ernesto, her name is Erica King. This is Nesto's co-defendant, and she is allegedly the mastermind behind the schemes for fraud. Now, she's said to be tied to trafficking as well. However, allegedly, that was Ernesto's part of the deal, and he just pulled her into it. Fraud was really her thing. Now, this all matters when it comes to Shirley, because Shirley claimed to not know this woman.
Who's your co-defendant? My co-defendant is Erica. Blue, whatever you want to call it. I can't pronounce the last name, but that's what they say. The woman that's in the picture with you? Yeah, but I didn't know that.
The thing is, while Shirley and Nesto are both acting clueless as to who Erica King is, she lived next to them, as in was their next door neighbor at one point. There's also a picture on Instagram that was taken on Thanksgiving of 2018 where she was tagged, and it's believed she may have been the photographer because she wasn't actually pictured in the photo, she was just tagged. So either way, there's some rapport there. And allegedly, Erica might even be one of Nesto's mistresses, which is believable because he likes to keep him a boo with a bag. Now here's where it just gets downright sad. Pictured here is Shirley's daughter, Sheridan. Now, it's said that Sheridan and Nesto had a pretty good relationship when Shirley and Nesto first got married. Currently, there's a no contact order for Sheridan, her son, and her daughter. Allegedly, Sheridan is a victim of being trafficked, and her children are victims of SA. It's also alleged that Sheridan is a victim of fraud as well. Let's listen to what Shirley says about her daughter in this next clip.
Her, so I put them in the enemy category. You're my enemy because you're just trying to bring me down. And see, and the reason I didn't, when we first were getting ready to move, and I said, well, if it takes a little longer, I could stay with Panay or I could stay with Sheridan. Panay, and I asked her, she said it was fine. They were preparing. Then one day she said, you can come, but Nesto's not welcome here. He's not welcome. Well, I was going over there anyway. I said the same thing. I said, well, he wasn't coming, and I never mentioned him. I said, I didn't say he was coming. I just said it was me. Well, he's not welcome. So then when I called Sheridan, and Sheridan said, you can come, Mom, but your husband is not welcome. They both said the same thing.
I'm gonna be honest. This is one of the saddest cases of my man I've heard in a long time. Like, Shirley really going out bad behind this one. It's not just the fraud. It's not just the barbershop. It's not even the number of mistresses that we've lost count of at this point. This now involves not only your child, but potentially your grandchildren as well, allegedly. At one point, I didn't mention that it's alleged that there were animals involved in the SAs. Like, y'all, this just goes deeper than I wish to allow. So I hope y'all can understand when I say, like, I just really don't understand how Shirley had no clue what was going on. Come back for part 3. Hey, y'all, here's.
It's crazy because now that we know a little more, to see all of the misinformation in the beginning of this is wild. So it's like, not only do you have to deal with the truth and what's really going on in your life, but you have to also now deal with the lies. And that's a lot to be dealing with. I got to already deal with my truth, and my truth is looking crazy, right? But now I have to also deal with all of the lies and the misinformation. So baby, this is a lot. Because baby, they was down there on the TikTok. But like I said, a lot of people did speculate and was trying to put the pieces into the puzzles together. I think that's why it's so important to definitely make sure we give our flowers to Real Talk Bougie, because we have to always remember she is the one who reached out to Shay from phone calls from prison, asking her to pull those calls. We have to give flowers to Real Talk Bougie for pulling documents. We have to give flowers to Pam for pulling the documents. Hell, we even got to give, I'm sorry, y'all, we have to give Sylvia the flowers for pulling the documents. I know y'all said she can't read nor write, but it doesn't matter. She was pulling the documents. I know that sometimes y'all say, even though she had the documents, she was still telling the lie. Okay, but We have to give flowers to grown woman vibes. We have to give people the flowers who rolled out the red carpet for all of this. And we damn sure got to give flowers to Chronicle Speaks, baby, because you know she's going to get in and out of them documents. Honey, she told us about Edith. Yes, she yes, she did. So I just want to make sure we give the people their flowers who started all of this, okay? And who are still in this community. A lot of people fell off. A lot of people no longer cover the Nesto and the Strawberry Shirley, and now Sonya mess of it all. But we definitely have to give people the flowers who put all of the information together to debunk what was truth and what was false, you know. So I want to make sure I did that in advance, okay? And welcome everybody into the Dollhouse. I'm sorry, today I'm not in the chat. If you are new around here, welcome on in, okay? If I forgot anybody, I do apologize, but I was more so focused on the beginning, not who we are now when people grab the torch. You know, these people that I'm naming right now and handing flowers to, baby, they crawl so that the other ones can walk, including myself. All right. So I did mention phone calls from prison, baby. I did. So let's go ahead and get back into the actual what's it called? The TikTok. Okay. The TikTok of it all. So let's see what her comments are saying. This trial is going to be so ugly. Baby, we've been waiting for the trial, B Southern. We've been waiting. Miss Nebraska had something to say about Shirley. Keep in mind, if you are Team Shirley, there are people who are not Team Shirley. I'm just reading what the comments say. That doesn't mean I agree or disagree with it, right? I'm reading the comments that are here on the screen. All right, so there's going to be a mixed opinion. I don't know any of these people, what they knew, what they went for. So let me continue with the reading of the comments. Shirley is a disgusting woman. Shaking my head, protect your child and grandkids at all costs. Females will do anything for a damn ninja. Shaking my head, no. He saw naive, good credit, and stability. He targeted Shirley like he would anyone else, okay? Shirley knows everything. She's only pretending on those jail calls because she knows the police is listening, all right? Now let's go ahead and he basically looked for popular dummies. Ernesto is something else. I can't believe Cheryl's fell for the okie dokie. Okay. I don't care. I pretend like I was clueless as well. I'm not about to admit it. You're going to have to prove it. No sense in both of us rotting away in jail. Baby, you ain't, no, hey, huh, hey. Okay, because I ain't going to jail. But I don't know a goddamn thing. I know that's right. You should have started with the daughter. We didn't care about the other stuff. That's crazy how she's treating her daughter. Wow. All right. So Shirley is a pitiful woman who would allow and side with the man who abused your daughter and grandchildren. Sad indeed. See, this is when people were still speculating, but what actually happened was he had the name. He had her daughter's name and their names on the lease with the fraudulent paperwork with Erica Kane. Okay? That's when it happened. But remember, a lot of this information, you have to understand, there are people on social media who don't hop around. You have people who are just strictly TikTok. You have people who are strictly Facebook, strictly YouTube, strictly Instagram. And then you have some of us who go all over the place. There are a lot of people on TikTok, they just stick right there to TikTok. They don't go over to YouTube to see what's going on, okay? We're reading the comments right now. So let's get out of here and go on down and see what we got here.
So y'all wasn't gonna tell me the update on Steve Harvey, right? Let me turn this around because a lot of you tried to say that I was just making up news. See, September 7th. This is from the Jasmine brand.
Well, baby, you got that music playing, so I wish we could get into you trying to let us know what had happened and what was said, but I can't do the music, sugar. So let's see what else we got down here. 9/11. Okay.
Shirley Strawberry is shaking, and you guys, I don't have no makeup on. I am fresh out the gym. I'm literally dirty, but I'm not dirtier than this story. This is some dark stuff. Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey today came out on their morning show, and they spoke on the Strawberry Letter. Now, the Strawberry Letter is Shirley Strawberry's show where she delves into other people's business. Everybody knows as of late, she's been the hottest topic. So they finally discussed it today. There's a lot to this story. There's jail calls involved. Just stick beside me. Clearly, I'm stressed. So if you don't know what's going on with Shirley Strawberry, please go look at my former video where I already spoke on this situation, and I'm going to add more detail. Well, just to make it quick for those who have not seen it, Shirley Strawberry works at the Steve Harvey Morning Show where she does the Strawberry Letter, discussing people's problems, answering questions. She ended up being a hot topic of her own when her husband, who has been in jail for 8 years at this time, he was accused of, well, he's not allowed to be around small children, animals, her kids, nobody's kids, no schools, and he's in jail for fraud and some more stuff. So, you know, all that entails some essay. There's some traumatic events that went on there, and there's just so much to this story, and some of it is involving her children, like I said, and grandchildren, okay? So recently, the tapes leaked from the jail call. This is the scammer husband, Ernesto, that's been causing all the problems. Okay, so Shirley Strawberry was on a jail call. They recorded her jail call and they leaked it. What really scares me, which literally has me like no eyebrows on, y'all, is what she said in that jail call. So she was speaking to him about her daughter not speaking to her. How as of right now, she cannot see her grandkids because she's sticking beside this man that allegedly essayed her daughter, granddaughter, people in her family. She said that she can't see, the kids are getting held from her, and she's talking to him like she's mad right now, but she'll calm down. And he was getting upset because he said that the daughter went to the police with more information. So while he was in jail for fraud, some other essay and R charges came up on behalf of her. He was actually mad. Ernesto, the husband that did all this, he was mad on the jail call, talking about that. That's why this case popped up. That's why this extra charge is on here. And she's like, you know, babe, calm down, calm down. You know, it's all going to be, you're going to be out eventually, sticking beside this weirdo that assaulted your kids. Now, ladies, there's a big lesson in this. If there's a nasty man that you are dating, and yes, he is nasty, and he's attracted to your children, I don't care what age your children are, get rid of him. He's nasty. He's unhinged. He doesn't need to be around you. There's nothing in the world that is bigger than having a man to some women. And it's not that deep because it ends up like this. Shirley Strawberry's career is on the line running behind this bozo. Now, on the Strawberry Letter, she had to address her relationship with Steve and Marjorie, because she brought that up to them, saying Marjorie sees her and them as the help, saying that she had a hard time going up Steve's steps. She was talking stuff on the interview, on the calls. And at the end of the day, ma'am, I know that we can say you didn't mean it. You wish you could take it all back. You meant every single word of that. You meant every single word of that. And that's okay. First of all, Marjorie feeling like y'all the help, Marjorie's allowed to feel that way. You were down to my husband's job. You're a coworker of my husband's. I'm not going to disrespect you just because someone works for you doesn't mean they get the lesser version of you and they get the disrespectful side. But I can't say I wouldn't see you as the help either. You work with my husband. I'm not taking you home. We're not family. He could push that to the audience all we want, but we're not family. I don't take work people home. I'm different about that. So, you know, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that down in the comments. But, you know, she had to apologize to them, making the comments that she made. And then Steve Harvey defended his wife. Steve Harvey said, first of all, not too much on my woman. Okay, my woman has stood beside me when I ran out of money, when we owed millions and millions in back taxes, when I lost the TV show, when I finally got Family Feud, she stuck beside me. And he said that his last marriage and Marjorie never intertwined. He said that Marjorie and him have a deal where they do not discuss the things that are discussed in the blogs Totally understandable. They come from Marjorie Harvey a lot in the blogs, and this lady has done nothing to us. She has done nothing but stick beside this bald-headed Cleveland man, and she has done nothing but give us Lori Harvey. I love Marjorie Harvey. I stan her. Yeah, she went from one drug dealer to a kingpin to a richer man. And what? You wanted her to be lesser? That's what I'm saying. See, y'all want women to be lesser, and she didn't have no time for that. So Marjorie and Steve, we stick beside you. I love Steve Harvey. He's from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. But Shirley Strawberry, get it together, baby, because I don't like none of this. Choose the kids over that man. Shirley Strawberry is shaken, and you guys.
So we do, I understand there was a little bit of misinformation, so there's no need to elaborate and carry on. This is just us going into the throwback archives of the TikTok. I don't know if the people and the girlies that we are listening to, if they are still reporting on this or not. Let's see here.
Y'all, Miss Shirley Strawberry about to lose her job. She was on the phone with her husband who's in jail. Y'all know those calls are recorded. And she called herself gossiping about Steve Harvey. Y'all listen to what she said.
You know what? They have Marjorie has her own spa, her own workout room, and her own spa. And she could go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and and work her out and all of that. I was like, oh God, what a dream.
Does she look old though? Does she look like she's getting old?
No, I haven't seen her, but she looks good on her pictures.
Oh, she ain't there?
No, she's not there. If she was there, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. But she's done it. No, you know he's scared.
Damn, sure right. God, what you say? You know he's scared. Golly.
All of that, yeah. Everything. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in, so I said, okay. But I mean, I'm glad he did because it gives you a chance to dream. You know, it's like, wow, have a sauna in your house, have a steam room. You know, all the things that you go outside of the house to do. Not that, but things like that, I would love to have inside, so I wouldn't have to go out.
So that was Miss Strawberry gossiping with her husband, and somebody at that correctional facility definitely recorded and sent that to the blogs. I know y'all wondering, what? He's in jail? Yes, he's in jail. Google it. You'll see several felony charges, and a lot of them are for inappropriate things. If you know, you know. I just want to talk about how, number one, she mentioned that Steve Harvey is scared of Marjorie. You know, we wouldn't have been in the house if she was home. And now y'all not going back. And Marjorie's going to curse him out, and she's going to be like, this is exactly why I told you I don't want nobody in my house. Because they go and they do things like this. Number two, she's been working with Steve Harvey for years. And it's so uncomfortable to be on a radio show where y'all talk about celebrity gossip, and now y'all in the blogs. If you listen to the whole recording, it's on Instagram, on site. You can. It was a long conversation. They basically was talking, and she was telling her husband everything. And honestly, it wasn't really that bad what she said because she thought she was having a private conversation with her husband. But I want to see how Steve is going to deal with it. What y'all think he going to do? Y'all, Miss Shirley Strawberry about to lose. Y'all.
So let's see what the comments are. I always thought to myself, I didn't feel like she said anything crazy. I mean, if I'm sitting there, I'm talking to my husband, regardless if the phone calls are recorded or not, I'm more so focused on not saying something that's going to incriminate my husband. But if I want to gossip with my husband, let's not act like we don't sit up there and pillow talk. Some of y'all, maybe you don't, but let's not act like we don't vent about people. You might vent about somebody in your family. You might vent about somebody that you're, one of your co-workers. Doesn't matter if you're friends or not, you're only human. And sometimes people agree to disagree, and you might need to vent and tell somebody about it. So I never thought it was an issue. She said the nigga was huffing and puffing and couldn't blow down the damn house when he was going up and down the steps. She said Marjorie treated them a certain type of way, like they were the help, which you are. You're his co-workers. I don't have to accept you up in here. I don't give a damn if y'all friends or not. There are some women, they're not into all of that. Your coworkers are your coworkers. I'm your wife. This is family here. Don't have them all up in my damn house. I don't want all that energy up in here. We have more than them. There are people who just roll that way, okay? So I don't feel like she said anything crazy. I put myself in that situation, and if it was me who had a scamming ass husband who was married to Edith since 1985, and here I'm not even the damn wife. If that were me, oh baby, I can't even imagine how that would come out. I can hear me now. And you know that bitch, I can hear me, you know that bitch act like we the help and we can't be up in the house. I don't want to be in that funky ass house anyway. You know they got roaches, all that money, and they got roaches. You know, it would have went something like that. Like some people give it, okay? Some people roast and give it up when they're pillow talking. I thought she kept it cute, sweet, and just said what it was. Now, yes, it was a recorded call, but more so when you hear a recorded call, you're not thinking that the calls are going to be exposed onto the social media. It's just that the calls are being listened to from the people. And I'm not saying anything to incriminate my husband right now. I'm trying to tell him what's going on with me and the co-workers, and that Steve can't breathe going up and down these damn steps. He done lost his wind. All right, so that's that. But people felt like Shirley was being ungrateful. You know, Shirley has this opportunity sitting side by side with Steve Harvey because unfortunately we live in a world where people worship, you know, the rich and the famous. Okay, so they feel like, how dare you say anything negative about Steve Harvey? Unfortunately, that's just what it is. Okay, so let's get into the comments and what the people are saying about this. So what did she say bad about them? Same thing I said, Brown Eye. She ain't said shit wrong, is what Chill Be Cool Mom says. And somebody says, but who wouldn't tell their spouse stuff like that? She wasn't saying nothing wrong. So let's find somebody who she didn't say anything bad. In fact, she was bragging on what the Harveys have. I think you're reaching. They know they're being recorded. But she can tell her husband whatever she wants. It wasn't that bad of a combo. Sheesh. So let's see if there's anybody on here who is disagreeing with that. If I can't trust you, I don't want you around me. As much as she sucks up to Steve, but did you hear how his tone changed when she mentioned money to her hubby? Shirley is not nice. They said here, everything she said sounds like a compliment to me. All right. So let's see what else we have. I wonder why he asked if Marjorie looked old. Based on what he's charged with, he shouldn't ask about other women. Yeah, you ain't told not one lie. Now, somebody said, I think he set the call up to be sold to the blogs. Baby, y'all thought y'all gave Nesto more credit than what he was worth. Because that wasn't the case, honey. She's not too bright to still be talking to the jailbird husband. Nah, never a need to be that desperate to be married to a lowlife. So Scorpio says, this is a new level of pillow talk. You're really? Sure. Shirley married and whole. I don't know what the LMNOP is. Y'all would have to let me know what I know with the LGBT. I don't know what the LMNOP is. Or is she saying the alphabet rainbow? Her radar is broken. Okay. She was telling someone's business. How would she feel if it was the other way around? So, you know, you have some people that are going to agree to disagree. Let's go ahead and move on from this. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We have 175 people in the room. Thank you all for joining us here. We are celebrating, I don't want to say celebrating, but we are in honor of the Jailaversary of Nesto. Today is July 7th, 2025. We are going down memory lane on the TikToks. Welcome into everybody. How are you doing? All right. Now, let me also, because I don't know what y'all been saying over there in the chat. Baby, I don't know what my... So let me go ahead and let me make sure y'all can hear me. Can somebody confirm my audio, please? Because I just switched screens. So let me know if you could still hear me or not. Y'all said I definitely can't take your word for it, baby. I definitely can't take your word for it. Thank you. So this is a disclaimer. Views equal personal opinions only. This content is for entertainment purposes only, but some of this shit is not funny, but this is real life. Listener notice, if you are listening or catching the replay, the views and opinions shared in this live stream reflect personal experiences and perspectives. Good and bad opinions you may disagree with or agree with. Guest opinions, meaning my doll babies in my chat, when you're catching that live chat replay especially, they do have a freedom to express and a freedom of speech. I just ask that they respect one another while doing so. So sometimes, baby, they're going to get loose up in the chat. All right, but we wanted to put that out there and also let you know in advance that some of the things that we talk about or mention around here, depending on what you've been through in your life, is a trigger warning. Viewer discretion is advised. Shout out to the doll baby that then popped out of the rose bushes. Thank you so much, baby doll. Give me 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. Hold on, you guys. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I lost it. I seen it come up, but now I can't find it anymore. She says, for thanks, Cheryl. Oops, I mean, thank you for my Cash App, baby. Hugs and kisses to you. A shimmy and a shake. Mwah. Period. Pulling a little closer. Honey, let it rain on you real quick. She said, thanks, Cheryl. So she's calling out the good sister that was on here calling Shirley Cheryl. And let me make sure I let it rain on you real quick, baby. Let me make it rain and get this off of the screen, okay? Thank you so much, baby, for your Cash App. I truly appreciate it. And you know I take those Cash Apps, and some people say, and I put it right back into the channel, baby. I take y'all Cash Apps, and I go right to somewhere to somebody's establishment to get me something to eat or drink. Yes, I do, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that, baby doll. All right, so are we going to still continue on TikTok? Yes, we are, because we're already over here into the things. So I don't want to play Tasha K's segment because I don't know if she's going to strike the channel. What's this here? Sex scandals in prison. Well, we can't have that on. Girls fighting. So I'm still scrolling and trying to see what else we have here. What's this here?
Left off with Pam detailing this police report from a victim of Nesto Williams. Y'all know how I said I wanted to hear from Shirley Strawberry. I really would like to know what she's thinking right now, because this has to be a lie. Well, I think she has responded in a way, and we're going to put this in a video as best as I can. Also, make sure you like, share, and comment. I got cold. I had to grab that roll. Let's get back into this video with Pam.
Get from under her debt and level up, quote. SC disclosed to Williams all the debt she had.
So I don't want to play any of Pam's footage. Again, I don't want the channel. I don't want anybody to strike the channel. So I'm trying to find the videos on TikTok that are not going to, go onto the YouTube playing different audios, except for like Storm Road or something like that. Okay, what's this right here?
Steve Harvey's co-host on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, her call got leaked between her and her husband, who's, incarcerated. And they was talking, y'all know those calls are, recorded. And they were talking, and they started talking about Steve Harvey and Steve Harvey's wife. So basically, Steve Harvey had invited her over to the crib, to their house, and was basically giving them a tour of the house. And her husband was on the phone just speaking on that, right? She was talking about the house, how nice the house was, how Steve Harvey's wife got like her own little section. She got a section for everything she needs to do. Like if she wants her hair done, she got a salon section. If she wants some type of tan or skin type thing, she got that section. She got all these sections. So then she also said like, yeah, she was impressed, but like basically saying Steve Harvey's wife, they don't like her, right? Don't bang with him. And Steve Harvey's wife caused them to help, even though Shirley helped Steve Harvey almost bounce back to get where he was at, because, you know, once Steve Harvey wasn't as popular, that show they on together, you know, got popular, and Steve was able to make moves off the show, right? And she also said that shit, if Steve's wife was home, she probably wouldn't have been able to tour the house, because everybody knows she runs shit. She basically saying Steve's scared of his wife and the wife runs shit, right? So that whole conversation had got leaked. And she also said when they was going up the stairs, Steve was breathing real hard, you know, because he be smoking cigars like he was out of breath and shit, right? And saying, damn, Steve Harvey had weights, but he needed to do cardio, because that's what the husband said. So this was supposed to be a private conversation that got leaked, right? So she ended up apologizing to Steve Harvey on their morning show. You know what I'm saying? The woman had to apologize for a personal conversation where I don't believe she said too much things disrespectful like that. She was admired.
And I agree. Now let's move on. Okay. So let me see here. It was never entertaining about the children. Miss Shirley. Well, what do you have to say about Miss Shirley? Oh no, they're talking about Miss Shirley. Okay, so we're running out of the Shirley Strawberry. Oh no, we have some more here. Oh, what's this?
Morning, y'all. Strawberry letter. So, lady writes in. She says she's 42, dating a guy that's 45. They've been dating for about 3 years.
Oh, so I guess she just does strawberry letters. What's this right here? 3 minutes ago, Shirley Strawberry panics as part 3. Phone calls from prison. This is Loretta.
And you're not going to split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is. And she the best chick I know. Now, I'm defending her. And you can feel how you want to feel about that. But that's the God in me. But now let me give you one piece of Steve Harvey. If I see your ass, and you're not going to split us up, and we're not going nowhere, and she is none of what you said she is, and she the best chick I know. Now I'm defending her.
So he was defending Shirley, honey. He said he's not having any of that. And he called the people reporting on the story messy. Yes, he did.
I've been waiting on Shirley Strawberry to respond to the public back.
I don't know why some of these are coming up. Oh, Wendy Williams sanitizes the studio after Mr. Margaret. Oh. What is this? This looks like, oh, I don't know. Let me see. There's no audio on that.
So Shirley Strawberry.
This is weird when you start scrolling onto the TikTok. Oh, well, y'all know about this, of course.
Thanksgiving surprise. Whew. Dear Stephen,
Hold on, y'all. I might have to click up out of my let me close out of my TikTok really quick. I think I need to close out and go back in. So yeah, oh, he was speaking of Marjorie. I thought he was talking about Shirley, honey. I'm just as bad as the damn TikTokers. Give me 1 second, y'all. Just bear with me 1 minute. What is this? All right. All right. So let's see. I didn't know Larry Reed also did a little segment on this. So let me put him up on here real quick. I know some of y'all probably don't care for Brother Larry Reed, but we're gonna go ahead and put him on the screen. Now, I don't know if he acts funny or not about using his videos. So let me put something up and hit the play button. Hold on, y'all. Wait, oh, I'm down here. Okay.
I ain't one to gossip, but I am one to provide commentary on whatever is public out here in these streets. And I done read something that is concerning. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys are familiar with the Steve Harvey morning show. And there is a co-host that is up there, Shirley Strawberry. Well, Shirley Strawberry Letter got to do better. Because we're used to her giving everybody advice and just reading about the things that's going on and telling people what they should be doing, particularly women. But it looks as though she has gotten married to someone that has a checkered past. And listen, I only want to mention it, but it is in court documents. And let me just say it like this. Apparently and allegedly, ain't nobody safe around them. Not the children and not the pets. You got to read it. You got to Google it and get the court documents. But it looks as though that he has to be kept away from not just Shirley's child, but also from his own child. It's in the court documents. What in the whole hell under heaven is going on? Let me say this to women. I know when you get down there and look eyeball to eyeball at that hole in the middle of that meat monster, that peen start talking to you and making you be confused. But you got to have some other women to talk to so that you will not be under the hypnosis of peen and end up getting connected to folk that can now jeopardize her job for all we know, because you do know whether it is true or not. I mean, these are court documents, you know how complaints can get and things of that nature. It can end up causing some problems on this syndicated radio show. Now, I hope that this is not going to be what happened. And somebody may say she don't need to talk about it, but when you are in the business of commentary, like I'm doing right here, and you begin to get really good at it, people start looking to you because of your transparency and your honesty. And if this is going on at least one time, or either through a lawyer, it's going to have to be addressed just to keep the mess addressed, but keeping it at a minimum. Because, you know, people get a piece of something and then they run with it. Or sometimes they make up a piece of something and then everybody run with it. But Strawberry Letter, Shirley Strawberry Letter, you got to do better, because you're going to have to deal with this here in the name of Steve Harvey, because we can't have this going on. So fix it. Now, I ain't one to gossip, but I am one to.
All right. So he said, fix it, Jesus. Okay. Now let's go on down here. Now this says here, Shirley Strawberry bakes judge to free her husband. We already kind of heard something about that today. We already watched the Zoom today. Let's see what this. She looks. She's cute. What you got to say, honey?
Hey everybody, it's your girl Tink Marche, and I'm back with another review. Listen, I wanted to be on camera for this one. Today we are, as you saw in the title, we're going to be talking about Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto Williams. I saw how y'all was entertained by Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto Williams, honey. I do want to share some comments that was left on my previous video. Before we go over those comments, I do need you to like share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I humbly appreciate it. I do want to give a special shout out to Pam Esquire. We were reviewing her take on the situation with Shirley Strawberry and Ernesto, and somebody came in my comments and told me to put some respect on her name, but I thought I gave her flowers, seeing that somebody sent me her video that very same day, and I decided to review it. It was per my viewers' request. So I do want to, again, thank you, Pam, for your work. But on the last video, I was inquisitive about the ambulance that was found at Ernesto's house. And I also was trying to figure out, how was he able to obtain all these people's information, specifically their social security number? And somebody told me, Laura, of course, while I'm reviewing, somebody has to call me. It never freaking fails. Either way, they said Ernesto's fake credit repair scam allowed him to access people's social security numbers and signatures. To that, I still have questions. Okay, so he was running a credit repair business and a barbershop, from my understanding, with the ambulance outside. Now, listen, I would say I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, but honestly, I have no idea what the hell Ernesto had going on. But somebody else also commented. They said the ambulance service, as seen in this comment, they stated that the ambulance services was probably used so that he can convert it into a barbershop. And I do remember on one of the phone calls, Shirley Strawberry was alluding to creating some type of photo shoot for her candle business. So that comment is not far-fetched to believe, but we are still assuming, right? I thank you all for engaging in my last video, but this is the comment that I really wanted to get to. No, the victims were speaking out way before 2021, which we know that for a fact because Layla Lynn TV aired that out and showed proof. There were comments left on Shirley's social media pages from over 8 years ago. Thank goodness everyone took screenshots before she or someone scrubbed them clean. I mean, he was convicted of armed robbery twice in the past year. Yes, he already did his time for that, but when he was arrested, he was caught with a machine gun. What? You can get back your rights to vote once you're off parole, but it takes court approval to be able to.
So anytime that machine gun situation comes up, I kind of got to, go and move on, because we found out that was actually a different Ernesto. And the brother on the screen here, he said that's misinformation. So we want to go ahead and see what else we can find. What's this here? Well, she got music playing, so we definitely can't listen to that. Oh, here we go.
Hey, it's Sonia. I'm out here at the BMF party with Miss Waters. How's everybody doing? We outside today. With our girl Suga. She's performing tonight. And I have a YouTube channel, which is Miss Waller. Going around YouTube. It's kind of big. We're not going to talk about it, though. It's kind of big. We're not going to talk about it, though. Everybody, have a good time tonight. Bye.
I don't know who Shania Isha is, but baby, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right now. That shit funny. That shit is funny to me, okay? Oh my goodness, baby. If I'm not sitting around here hollering, oh, that was so funny. Oh, I love a little foolishness. Yes, I do, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of foolishness. Y'all know I'm all for the foolishness. Yes, I am, honey bunny. So let's go ahead and see. There was, what they saying about Ebony up here? We totally scrolled on by, didn't we? What's this? Oh, no, she was playing music. That's why we had to go ahead and move on. All right, so do we have anything? So everything is going to get repetitive at this point in time, right? Oh, well, what is this here? Let's see. Tasha, please don't strike the channel, honey. Why? I didn't click on that at all. See, I don't know. When you click on some of these, it's like something else is popping up. And the last time I checked, in order to make a thumbnail on TikTok, it has to actually pull from the content that you recorded. You can't just pull a thumbnail from your from your camera roll. So let me go up here. Let me stop sharing really quick. And let me type in Nesto Williams to see what pops up on TikTok. All right, so there's she's a cutie pie. So let's get into this really quick. Let's see here.
Like I always do. You know what? I'm running the ladies' morning's building because
I don't think we can hear her.
You know what? I told y'all my guilty pleasure is listening to music. Shirley Strawberry.
Her audio is a bit off, but she is such a cutie pie. This is G Butterfly TV.
I just heard a conversation between Nala with Grown Woman Vibes and the young lady who used to work in Nesto's Buckhead.
But I can barely hear her. So let's see here.
Well, I have some updated content on YT if y'all want to check it out, but I was doing some digging for my upcoming commentary on the Ernesto and Shirley's strawberry situation. And I came across this video that was posted by Chronicle Speaks a month ago. And it says that Ernesto had one of his victims sign a blood oath. You heard me. He had her sign a blood oath to not tell on him. Amongst all of that, his side chick, mistress, well, she don't even want to be called a mistress, but this woman in the middle, Sonia. See, we heard her name a couple of times on the phone calls, right? And we knew of her, but I didn't see her face until recently. We reviewed an interview that Sonia had with Tasha K last week. So if you haven't checked it out, go ahead to my channel, subscribe, and watch the video. This is me giving you time to go over there. You bet. The middle lady, Sonia, says that Ernesto couldn't have possibly had any interaction with this victim due to the fact of the timeline that they're saying that he met this victim. I find it very interesting that Sonia is speaking out on behalf of Ernesto way more than Shirley is. But when someone calls her a mistress, a side chick, a side piece, a jump off, she disputes that by saying that she's just a friend. But do friends talk like that?
He's talking every day, so I don't see him. I'm good. I can keep the distance, emotional distance from him. You know what I'm saying? Because you got that situation. So it was like, you know, don't like get all. Remember that conversation we had on the bus, and I was like, we should not, because this shit is just.
It's important to note that Shirley Strawberry is seeking to divorce Ernesto Williams, but it has come out that Ernesto Williams is still married to his first wife, second wife, third wife, one of them. It's being reported that he has been married to this woman over 20 years while being married to Shirley, who's been married to him about 7 or 8 years. While I'm aware that you can contest a marriage within the first, I believe, 6 months, depending on your state, really. You can contest a marriage within the first few weeks, a month, 6 months or so. I was curious to see how this would play out for Shirley. While we know that Ernesto is committing bigger, while we know it has been proven that Ernesto is a bigamist, allegedly, I have to say that, I wanted to know, how do you divorce someone that's already married? Which led me to annulments. So annulments in Georgia, one of the first bullet points would be one of the spouses is married to another person, bigamy. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think an annulment and a divorce is the same thing, but y'all can correct me below. The next thing that I was curious about is how complicit is Shirley with all of this that Ernesto has going on? How complicit is she with him in his crimes? Because we do know that Ernesto had a situation with a woman, which Pam Esquire, the lawyer on YouTube, has exposed. She told us about a year or so ago, it was a woman that sued Ernesto, and the police had to come out to the house to serve Ernesto. Now, although this house was abandoned, how would something like that fly under the radar when it comes to Shirley? Now, I have noticed in a lot of these phone calls that Shirley is very codependent on Ernesto. She give him full range to do whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants. I mean, shoot, she needed help renewing her tag. It's that bad. So maybe he was able to live a double life, especially with us knowing that he was married for 20 plus years to another woman and got married to Shirley in the process. So you see why I'm conflicted?
You got to put some respect on her name, baby. Edith, the first, the one, and the only. Okay, since 1985. Yeah, Show, put a name on it.
I don't really know. What do y'all think? Also, I want to let y'all know I am going to review Erica Mena's interview with Carlos King. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop that video or any future video.
Okay, I'm being loan yesterday. He got payment, so I guess yeah. Say just be a little patient. I said, all right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything works out.
Yeah, he told me he came by to see you, so that was good.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just being patient. I just got up. I was probably early, but they started fighting about the phone. So they gave him a free call and they just started acting crazy. So I just said, wait till everybody gets to playing on the phone.
Yeah.
Uncle Ernesto is staying out the way. Okay. He did say on one of the phone calls that they call him uncle in there, I think, or OG. So they probably see him as some pawpaw or something in the prison and treat him as such. But he said he's staying out the way, and I don't blame him.
Yeah. They're getting frustrated, Huh?
Yeah, I'm glad you stay away from that. I'm sure they get frustrated around Christmas.
Yeah, they do. So I just stay away from it all and let them have it until they get tired of playing with it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it, Mm-hmm. And they got us looking at grown men looking at cartoons on TV, so they turn the game off. So that's how they go. Yeah, so we just read cartoons or look at each other. That's it.
And your grown ass, Ernesto, while you're talking about grown men watching cartoons, you still playing games behind the walls with your wife and calling other women, also calling your friends to assist your wife with daily tasks, such as renewing her tags. It's just wild to me that he can sit and talk crap about other people and their situations and their emotions. First of all, you're in jail. Okay, there could be somebody eavesdropping. Me personally, I would be so shook not to even want to mention other people in the jail, especially with us knowing that rumors in the jail circulate real quick. And although it's small, what he said, that's big in jail, I would assume. I mean, I watch 90 Days In, whatever the show is called. They fight about just about anything. So I would be real careful.
All right, so let's see what else we got here. I think that's about it. Oh, Lord, we 2 hours in. I definitely can't stay that much longer. Is there anything else in here? Oh, what's this here?
Ebony Steele, who is a radio personality known for her role on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show and Dish Nation, once dated Shirley Strawberry's husband, Ernesto Williams. It is rumored that Shirley and Ebony used the same hairdresser. It was allegedly at this hairdresser that Shirley met Ernest, who was then Ebony's boyfriend. Well, an old clip from Ricky Smiley Morning Show has resurfaced. In this clip, Ebony talks about her ex-convict boyfriend, and most people think she's talking about Shirley Strawberry's husband, Ernesto Williams. Check it out.
So, Ebony,
So I remember this, but I don't know if this was in her members. So I don't, usually I don't like to talk about what was in somebody's members, but if you know, when I first heard about this, it was from Nyla. I don't know if it was a members post or what it was, but we'll let it play. This is TikTok now. TikToker talking about it.
When you were dating that dude that was locked up, did you file taxes on him?
Why would I file taxes on him? He was not my dependent.
Okay, let me ask you something. So you went down there to see him, and was somebody already there to see him? Did that ever happen?
Why would you bring that up? You know I was hurt about that. His other girlfriend was there.
So wait a minute. I know you're talking about taxes, but wait a minute. So when you got there, was her name on the book?
Yeah, he could have a guest for an hour. and she had already signed in like 15 minutes before me, and he could have up to 3 people at once. So I was in the game.
So y'all was at the table. Y'all was talking through the glass. I mean, you have to go down. What window he was at?
17. She was already there talking to him. Can I do the other story?
How much time did you get? So wait a minute. So what happened when you got to the window and you saw her sitting there? What did you say to her?
Well, first I heard, listen. I just stood there like Cagney and Lacey, and I was listening. And she was like, when I get out, you want me to get a water bed or a regular? He like, it don't matter. I just want to be with you.
You said that to her?
Uh-huh.
So,
and so then I said, excuse me, can I talk to him? She got up out the chair. I sat in the chair.
Right.
He looked at me and said,
only one person could talk to him at a time. Are y'all on the phone?
I could have sat to the side, but I wanted him to myself.
Right.
And he said, what up, baby? I said, baby.
Was you all dressed up?
Yeah, of course I look pretty.
What you had on?
I had a lot of perfume, like he could smell me through that glass.
Wait a minute. What kind of perfume you had on?
I think I had on Angel.
Wait a minute. So what did you say to the girl? Okay, what did you say? What did you say to the girl? Y'all looked at each other.
She said, isn't your name Ebony? I said, girl, yeah, you know who I am. And
so when
said,
both of you,
why are you here to see him? I mean, I said, what you think I'm here for? The same reason you here. She started crying. I don't understand. I said, well, let's ask him. Then we looked back through the glass and his chair was spinning. His orange jumpsuit was gone.
Y'all drop down in the comment section and let me know if you guys think that Ebony was actually talking about Shirley Strawberry's husband. But more so, do you think the other woman was actually Shirley Strawberry? Y'all let me know what y'all think about this messy Ricky Smiley morning show versus the Steve Harvey morning show drama. And don't forget to hit that like button, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Now, I definitely don't think that it was Shirley Strawberry, because we know one thing for sure, two things for certain. I don't think Shirley is going down to nobody's jailhouse to visit anybody. I don't even know if it was really Ernesto. So I don't know if we're just going to entertain this as a was it. We don't know. She didn't put a name on it, but we know that he was in and out of that jailhouse. So we can only assume that it was Nesto, right? I don't know if this was confirmed or not, but it is hella funny, okay? So that wasn't the Steve Harvey. That was actually the Ricky Smiley show, A Lady 747. So yeah, let me go ahead and go back to see if we have anything else. Who's this here?
He's trying to get her to do what she normally does.
Elizabeth, I don't know what you got going on, baby. And you were cute too.
He's trying to get her to do what she.
But the audio, baby, I don't know what's going on with that. So who's this? Nico Williams. No. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I have to I gotta talk to my son really quick. Give me 1 second.
Let me show you something clear. It's the bedroom. Come on, let me show you the shower. Let me show you everything. Gotta get it to you. Come on. All right, here we go. Shower, room, hot tub. Let me show you upstairs where the players go at. This thing's selling for $2 million. $2 million. I can get it for $700,000 today. All I need is 10 good players. Come on. Imagine how many deals we can cut in here together.
Okay, I'm back. So let me see if we have anything else. Look at Wisdom's daughter on the screen. All right, so I don't think, let me do one more search and see if Sonya, if we can find anything with Sonya on the TikToks. And then after that, we are going to head on out of here, honey. Let me put Dion. Come on, Dion. Sit on down. Y'all sit on down and y'all can talk to Dion for a minute. Let me play a little music and I'll be right back. I have to go over there to the TikTok to see if we find anything else. All right, so let me share my screen and see. We didn't find much, but let's see what we got. We see Wisdom's daughter again.
Grandpa! Guess who called me today?
Oh, PC?
Your lawyer. Yeah, he called me this morning.
You did? I told you, give him a minute. He gonna call you. Yeah, you look good, sexy. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. What? Yo, you call me Grandpa? Can you see this shit? Let me stand back where you really see this shit.
Yeah, you look unrecognizable.
I told you that. I look like an old motherfucker.
It's fine. It's just the gray.
No,
I mean, it's just the length.
Yeah, it's gone. I'm talking about gone. Look at that shit.
You can get braids. Your shit is all like this.
Yeah, I told you that. I ain't cut my shit till I get out of here. At all.
Just put 10 years on you, that's all.
Did it? I told you I look 60 years old right now. Look at that shit.
Oh my God. And your glasses, look at you.
What?
He old.
Old player, I guess. So he gonna meet you today?
No, I got a lot of motions. And you can't see because you're nearsighted.
Okay. I look a fucking mess.
Baby, let me tell you, I don't know who Shania Isha is, but this is some fun. This is some funny shit. Okay? This is some funny shit. All right? Oh, baby. Look at the cheekbones. Y'all got to get into the cheekbones. Did you get into the cheekbones? Oh, my God. I want to investigate and see whose page this is. Because, honey, this is funny. Let's see how much coverage she did on the Nesto. I see you got a little bar. What we doing here? You doing a little exercising and whatnot, a little bend it over. Okay. So let's see if we have any more cartoons on this page. This is her actual page, which is right here at the top of the screen. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, baby, we're going to have to scroll for a long time. So give me a second, honey. Let me put y'all on a break. Uh-oh. Let me put y'all on a break really quick while I'm sure y'all don't want to just see me scroll. So let me come over here to the StreamYard to let me stop sharing. Was she on YouTube before? Baby, that is so funny. Okay. So give me a second. Okay, so I really didn't see much more on the Shirley and Sonia Nesto craziness on her page. Okay, so that was some funny-ish. So that's all I got, you guys. Of course, we ran out of time. I wish we could get into reviewing and doing the reaction of the phone call, but unfortunately, I have ran out of time, you all. Okay, so we're gonna have to probably do that. Maybe I can come on later when I get, honey, I gotta work that part-time job. Y'all know I'm off from the corporate job. But if we do, it'll be late tonight. I doubt it though, because I'm gonna be quite honest with you. When I work that closing shift, I'm exhausted. So we'll see. I don't want to promise anything. And y'all know I'd be lying anyway, talking about I'm coming back and I don't. So tomorrow we will get into it, and I am back on the corporate job as of tomorrow and my part-time job, and I want to make sure I'm getting the content out for my YouTube doll. So if I do react to the call, it might work in my best favor based off of time if I do it as a pre-recorded with a live premiere so that you guys have your chat. We'll see. And go from there. Okay, you all are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love y'all down. Please, 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 before you go, if you don't mind, let me go over back to the dollhouse really quick. If you can just hit that like button, baby, we greatly appreciate that. Let me get him up off the screen here. Come on, go away. Where you at? Yes. So if you would hit that like button for me, I appreciate that, baby. That helps us do what? It helps us get into somebody's algorithm. Absolutely. And Jackie Chandler, hello, honey. How are you, baby? Welcome on in. Let me see who else I see here. Ms. Bookie Down, hello. Miss Mad About Music, hello. K Sharp. The Duchess, welcome on in, everybody. Chick-fil-A gal, did I get you earlier? I can't scroll but for too long now. I'm just trying to see. Black but not bitter. Did I say hello to you today, baby? A lady 747. All right, welcome on in, you all. Anybody else that came into the room? 80% CMOS Unicorn Gym. Hello, hello, hello. You all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let me see if that is YouTube right now. Throwing me a copyright strike saying that my channel is not affected because of some of the music that we played. Let me see what this is. And it is YouTube. What is this? Hi. Oh, okay. This is not them tapping me on the shoulder saying, hey, did you want to dispute the claim here with the music? So I'll see you all tomorrow or later on this evening. Let's just say it's going to be tomorrow. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing day. And when it comes to getting into the business of Shirley Strawberry, Sonia Williams, Edith said, you wish. Edith and Shirley's business, Sonia's business, Nesto's business. But honey, they told me they had something to say to y'all.
I got all kind of cars right now. I don't give a what was repossessed. You just check my crib, bitch, and see the cars in my garage when you lift the goddamn garage up. Don't tell me what has been. Tell me what's now, okay?
Well, I'm the side chick, remember? So
I am very rich, bitch.
Well, I'm the side chick, remember? So
Wait,
but you're trying to graduate, though,
we
right?
thought you wanted to graduate to be the main chick.
it's difficult and it's complicated.
He has a wife.
Yes.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Unfiltered Doll Reactions.
All right, Slash.
Oh, what you working for? Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south, I'll be spreading out, call it what I'm